What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about release 10s and I want to talk about why they're important and why they are worth the gold. Okay, so today when the server reset, some new events dropped, some special server events. I like to call them special server events. We have the daily events here. They've got the individual event, and which is treat wounded troops, heal troops, and we got the guild event. So I consider these daily events, but I consider something like this server special events. And this time around, they decided to give us the release 10 event. So let's just read through this real quick. During this event, using release 10 will get you at least 2 B commanders at the warp gate. Come and get your commanders. So this essentially means that your chance you are guaranteed 2 commanders, 2 B commanders instead of just one. If you come to the warp gate and you click on release here, if you just above the release 10 button, you will get at least one B class commander. Now this is the default amount of B class commanders that you get when it's not an event. But during the release 10 event, you are guaranteed now at least 2 B commanders. So that's really nice. That's nice, and it's always been like this. Um, there, I lost count of how many times this event has come by. I've been through 3 server merges now, so this event always comes back around. So if if any of you have not ran across, or if any of you in any server has not had this event, do not worry. It will come by. It will come around. If it has already passed and you were not able to, and you didn't have any gold to release 10, that's also okay. It will be back. It will be back. No need to worry. Save up your gold. It's worth it, and I'll explain why in just a moment. However, on top of this, they decided to throw in a little extra, which is really awesome. Okay, let's go back here and look at this first tab up on top. It says release A-class commanders. During the event, chances for releasing A-class commanders will be increased greatly at the warp gate. Don't miss out, and I will not miss out. So during this event, you get at least 2 B class commanders on top of your probability of releasing A class commanders is significantly increased. So I'm just going to show you guys exactly what commanders you could potentially get from this release 10, okay? Let's go. Um, your faction commander, okay, depending on your faction, you can either get excuse me, you can either get Stella, you can get Yuri, or you can get Rayman. Uh, Yeah, so those are the 3 faction commanders that that you have an increased chance of getting during this event. You can also get these 2 right here. You have Grievous and you have Kraken. Now, if you read on top, if you look at their picture to the right here of the screen, up on top you can see the text that says buy Ironheart Booster to acquire. Now, the Ironheart Booster is a pack that you have to buy to unlock that commander. However, that's not entirely accurate. Me personally, I have received these commanders through the warp gate by using release 10 when it wasn't this event here, where it increases the chance of A class. I've gotten these guys, so no need to worry. You do not need to buy that lame ass pack. I mean that pack is pretty lame. The command the Ironheart booster. Do not buy. I mean, it's okay to buy that pack like early on just to get just to get an A class. Right off the bat. You're starting the game off and you have an A class commander. That's awesome. But you should not be buying that pack more than once. Do not buy that pack more than once. All right. So these 2 commanders you can get. Awesome. Moving on. you can also get Cerberus. Now, Cerberus, same case. If you read the text up above, it says buy Ironheart Booster to acquire. Again, you do not need to buy the Ironheart Booster to acquire. During this event, you have an increased chance of getting him. Okay, and then you have Plasma. You can get Plasma. You can get Hoodoo. Hoodoo. Hoodoo is also a commander you can also get through the Warp Gate. And okay, I mentioned these two already. And then so this is released via Warp Gate. So this is one commander. She's a B rank, so you can potentially get her as well. And then a few other commanders that you could potentially get. I'm not sure if they have made them available to the players yet, but Rogers, if you read up above, it says during certain events you can use the Warp Gate to receive. So this is potentially one of those events. So we'll find out. I'm gonna be doing one or two release 10s for you guys, just to see what I can get. I'm not gonna be going crazy and dropping all my gold on it, but I'll be doing one or two release 10s. Let's see what we can get. And then this guy, oh my god, if I can get this guy, that would be amazing. I would make this guy my secondary or another. This guy is definitely worth putting mags into. And yeah, if you guys haven't seen my top tier commanders on walkers, feel free to go look at that. I briefly talk about this guy and his potential. Excuse me. All right, so let's do some release 10s, guys. Let's see what we can get here. I'll do two for you guys. I'll do two release 10s. Let's see what we can get. All right, here we go. Boom. Uh, always check that off. All right, here we go. Boom. Let's go flare. Oh, nice. I got flare. Okay, this was not the best, but I did get flare. I do need more medals for flare. I just to get him to S rank so I can absorb. I don't want him anymore. All right, let's do one more. Let's see what we can get here. B, 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 or whatever. All right. See, so I didn't get any A class commanders unfortunately in those two, but it's um, definitely worth dropping gold on if you don't have like I mean, as you can see on my commanders, I have lots of A commanders, and excuse me, and a lot of these commanders are pretty close to being S rank as well. Like this guy ready to evolve. I'll evolve this guy, but I'm holding off on evolving all these guys. I'm just holding on to all of my medals for them. So okay, I'm gonna talk about why. So why is release 10 worth it? Well, release 10 is worth it for a few various reasons. One is getting S ranks. Now, as you can see, I've gotten my Kakarot and my Bullet to S rank, and these guys start off at C rank, but I was able to get them up to S. Now, having S ranks is very important for leadership increase because at lower leaderships, the chances for success to upgrade leadership is the percentage is much higher. So as you can see, my success rate on this commander here that I have, Kraken. These guys are my farming commanders right here, these three, and then I have Medusa as my main. Uh, so having farming commanders is important, but uh, when you have S ranks that you can pretty much use as there's this feature called leadership absorption, and what you do is you feed leadership into these S ranks that you don't really want up to a certain point until the percentage becomes 40%, and then you absorb them into your main commander, into your secondary, whatever. So that's one thing. I can do a video on that if you guys want me to. I don't want to go into too much depth on all this stuff. I don't want to make a very long video and bore you guys. So um, also another important reason why release 10s are worth it is because it lets you do faction quests much easier. Faction quests are very important. Um, they help you get these cosmic crystals. They help you add prestige to your faction, and even during special events, um, during special events you can get, you know, for doing the 100 faction quest, you get a very special reward. So they have those events as well. And the reason why having A class now, the goal is to get all your commanders to A class. Why? Because when they get to A class, you can put a thalamus, or you unlock the jewelry slot. This is the equipment slot where you can insert um, a jewelry equipment, a jewelry gear piece, and that's crucial because to do faction quests you need a lot of dodge, and having a dodge thalamus on your commanders when you're doing these missions is very very helpful. Now I'll you know yeah, and it's great. It's great. So release 10's definitely worth it. If this event is currently in progress on your server, I highly recommend you guys do some release 10's. Do as many as you can afford. I mean, if you don't want to drop all your gold like me, just feel free to do two or three. Don't go crazy. Up to you though. Do you. And yeah, I mean, if you don't have the gold currently to do release 10's, that's okay. This event will come back around. They do bring these events back around, and you'll always have another chance for any guild, any server special event. Yeah, guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for another video. Peace.